Satnam and welcome. My name is Parnam Dave, and we're out here on the mountain in nature. And wanted to tell you a few things. First of all, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing some forward bends to help to work on that lower back and get it more stretched out. It also works on our life nerve and our hamstring. Um, we're going to go into cobbler's pose, which helps to stretch out those hips, that hip area, and also works on that second chakra region. Then we're going to go into the Kriya that can correct and cure any situation. All right. Well, without further ado, let's begin. And we begin every Kundalini Yogi class by chanting Om Namo Gurudev Namo. And we do that simply to get ourselves on a different vibration, to get ourselves on that higher vibration, the vibration of God, the universe, your higher self, whatever your concept may be. And so, without further ado, let's go ahead, rub our palms together, put them in the center of our chest. And when we chant Ong, we want the air to come out of our nose. It's very nasal. Ong. And we're going to put the tip of our tongue at the roof of our palate. So, Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Inhale, suspend the breath. Feel that connection. Exhale. Inhale once again. Feel that connection to your higher self. Exhale. Once again, inhale, suspend the breath. Feel connected to the golden chain of teachers. Exhale. So now we just chanted Om Namo Gurudev Namo, which is called the Adi mantra, which means the first mantra. And what that does is it tunes us to a higher frequency. It's also mandatory for every Kundalini yoga class to chant that. And that is, again, to get us on that higher frequency, as well as calling upon that Gurudev, that holy guidance, that divine guidance, that divine wisdom, that to help us lead us in the right direction and correct any misfunctions or miscalculations, or misalignments as well, as far as when we're going through our practice. And that is mandatory to do, in every Kundalini yoga class, plus whenever you begin your own practice, so that the divine wisdom can help to correct those things. So let's go ahead and tune in a little further. Now this part's optional. but I like to do it just to get a little bit more protection. And so let's go ahead and put our palms back in the center of our chest. We're going to chant the Mangala Charn mantra. Ad Gare Namah, Jugad Gare Namah, Sad Gare Namah, Siri Guru Deve Namah. Alright, let's begin. Ad Gare Namah, Jugad Gare Namah, Sad Gare Namah, Siri Guru Deve Namah. Ad Gare Namah, Jugad Gare Namah, Sad Gare Namah, Siri Guru Deve Namah. Ad Gare Namah, Jugad Gare Namah, Sad Gare Namah, Siri Guru Deve Namah. Ad Gare Namah, Jugad Gare Namah, Sad Gare Namah, Siri Guru Deve Namah. Inhale, suspend the breath. Feel the protection like a warm blanket covering you. Exhale. Inhale once again. Feel that protection. Exhale. Last chance. Inhale, suspend the breath. And exhale. So now we just did the Mangala Charn mantra, which gives us more protection, gives us protection. It's also a good one to chant before you start your vehicle. I found that chanting this has kind of prevented a lot of accidents. It may even give you a little bit of vision when it may even give you a little bit of vision of what's to happen, so you can avoid it. So let's move on. Let's go ahead and come to a standing position. Both feet are flat on the ground. Legs are straight. And what we're going to do is forward bends. And so again, what this does is this helps us to expand our lower back, get that stretched out, as well as stretch out to our life nerve and our hamstrings. So let's go ahead and just stretch down and breathe long and deep. Now, if you're female and you're not on your moon cycle or pregnant, also begin breath of fire. And again, for those of you that don't know, breath of fire is an equal inhale, equal exhale, just using your stomach. And so what that does in this situation is it helps us to get more energy into that stretch, helps us to clear that, whatever's causing us not to be able to bend flat against our legs, to move that out and to help us get a little deeper into the stretch. Let's go ahead and put a timer on here. And begin. Inhale, suspend the breath. And exhale and slowly, slowly, slowly come back into a standing position. And relax the posture. Well, we just got done with forward bends. And again, what forward bends does helps us to stretch out that lower back, as well as to stretch out our life nerve and our hamstrings. So now let's go into cobbler's pose. So what cobbler's pose is we're going to be putting our feet together. And we're going to go ahead and try to bring them as close to your groin as possible. In fact, you should probably adjust your pants so they don't split. So what we're going to do is put our feet together, and we're just going to bend forward. And again, we're going to begin a breath of fire. And what this does is it helps to stretch out those hip. This helps to stretch out your hips, as well as it works on your second chakra region and helps to balance that out. And again, do not do breath of fire if you are menstruating, or as we call it in yoga, on your holy moon cycle, or if you're pregnant, because that just if you're in those situations when you're menstruating, you're on a higher energy frequency, and it could damage things, because again, with Kundalini yoga, we're working with our energy, and so you got to be really sensitive about that. And if you're pregnant, it could cause birth defects and stuff, and plus your energy's on a different frequency too when you're pregnant as well. I don't know if you've noticed that pregnant women seem to have a glow about them, but that is the reason why I'm asking you, if you're a female and you're in those, if you're on your holy moon cycle or you're pregnant, not to do those things. So go ahead and if you're female, just breathe long and deep. But otherwise, if you don't, if you're not in any of those situations, then go ahead and begin a breath of fire. Inhale. And exhale, slowly come back up. And release the posture. So we just completed cobbler's pose, which helps to stretch out our hips and to align our second chakra. And so now we're going to work on the 1-2 punch of the Kriya that can help you correct and cure any situation. And so the first part is that what we will be doing is breath of fire. Now again, you should not do breath of fire if you're pregnant or you're menstruating. And breath of fire is just an equal exhale, equal inhale, equal exhale, just using their stomach. So as we push our stomach out, we inhale. As we push our stomach in, we exhale. In Hatha Yoga, it's called billows breath. And you can see how it's very similar to a billows because we're just using our stomach as sort of a billows. So we put in, we fill up our stomach with air, and then we push it out. In, out. And it's equal inhale, equal exhale. Now, you can move up to your diaphragm, but you shouldn't do that until you're very good with your stomach, because that helps to loosen up that area, helps to open that energy channel, so you could take in more prana, more chi, more energy, whatever your terminology is, and to your hara center, which stores your chi, your prana. So let's go ahead and begin. Now the Kriya doesn't specify, any mudra. So let's go ahead and we're going to do a little mudra that helps us to control our mind. And what that is we're going to be putting our hands like this. Our middle fingers are touching, the rest of our fingers are curled in, our thumbs are touching, and they're pointing back towards our chest. Let's begin. suspend the breath. Feel the energy coursing through your body. Exhale. Inhale once again, suspend the breath. Feel the energy. Exhale. Last chance. Inhale, suspend the breath. Exhale. Relax the posture. Well, we just did breath of fire. And again, what breath of fire is an equal inhale, equal exhale, just using our stomach. So that way we can open up our energy channel. Of course, you can move that up to the diaphragm if you are a female and you still want to do breath of fire. You can move that up to the diaphragm if you're on your holy moon cycle or on your or you're pregnant. Again, just be really careful with that because it does move a lot of energy. And so, but the reason why females shouldn't move their navel, again, is because it brings up a lot of energy and it could ultimately harm you. And so, the next thing on our agenda is Kritan Kriya. So this combination of breath of fire and Kritan Kriya will correct and cure any situation. Now, the thing with it is the Kriya calls for 31 minutes of both of those. So 31 minutes of breath of fire and 31 minutes of Kritan Kriya. Now, if you're just starting out, don't attempt to do 31 minutes of breath of fire and 31 minutes of Kritan Kriya. It just, you're going to overload yourself and you're setting yourself up to fail. Of course, the more you do these practices, the more benefit you're going to get. And if you start a daily practice, you'll really see change and you'll really get the benefits from all these exercises. But I'm just giving you a taste today. And so we just did 3 minutes of breath of fire. And so we're going to do Kritan Kriya now. Now, Kritan Kriya, what that is it's chanting the Punch Shabad. Sa, ta, na, ma. Now, punch means 5. So there are 5 sounds associated with that. Now, you say, Pardon, Dave, there's only 4 there. Sa, ta, na, ma. But the 5th one is the shared sound. It's the ah. So, that's why it's called the Punch Shabad. So these 5 sounds represent the 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and ether. And so this Kriya helps bring those into balance. And we're going to be balancing our brain as well with this Kriya, because as we're chanting sa, ta, na, ma, we're going to be working our fingers like that. We're going to put, as we chant sa, we're going to put our index finger to our thumb. As we chant ta, we're going to be putting our middle finger to our thumb. As we chant na, we're going to be putting our ring finger to our thumb. And then as we chant ma, we're going to be putting our pinky finger to our thumb. Sa ta na ma, sa ta na ma, sa ta na ma. And while we're chanting those sounds, we're going to be doing what's called the L form meditation. And so what that is as we're chanting, we're going to be bringing energy into our top of our head and then shooting it out our third eye. So the S sound is going to come in through the top of our head. The Ah is going to come out through our third eye. Same thing with the Ta. The Ts is going to come in through the top of our head. The Ah is going to come out our third eye. Again with the Na. The N is going to come in through the top of our head. The Ah is going to come out through our third eye. And the Ma. The M is going to come in through the top of our head. The Ah is going to come out through our third eye. So we're going to be breaking this up, and we're going to be speaking in the 3 different languages. We're going to be chanting in the human language, which is out loud, which is what I'm doing now. Just with the humans, how the humans communicate. And then we're going to go into the language of the lover, which is a whisper. Sa, ta, na, ma. And then we're going to be going into the language of the divine, which is silent. And so we're just going to hear that inside of our head, just as loudly as if we are chanting it out loud. So how that breakdown goes is, again, it's going to be, ideally it's going to be 31 minutes. And how the breakdown of that will go in a 31-minute section is, we would chant out loud for 5 minutes. We would chant in a whisper for 5 minutes. And we would chant in the language of divine silently for 10 minutes. And then back into a whisper for 5 more minutes. And back out loud for 5 more minutes. And then we'll have a minute of silence. And so, no matter how short you're doing it, you should keep that same ratio throughout, including the minute of silence. The minute of silence is mandatory for all of it to end it. So that minute of silence, where you're not chanting inside your head, you're not chanting out loud, you're just listening to the world around you, giving yourself that moment of silence. So, let's begin. Satanama, 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 sa, ta, na, ma, ta, na, ma, sa, 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 ta, na, ma. Now inhale, stretch those fingers wide, stretch your arms up. Exhale. Inhale once again, stretch those arms, stretch those fingers. Exhale. Last time, inhale, stretch those arms, stretch those fingers. And exhale. Well, that was Kritan Kriya. And again, the combination of breath of fire and Kritan Kriya for 31 minutes will correct and cure any situation. And so Kritan Kriya, again, balances out everything. Balances out your 5 elements, you know. And when we do this with our fingers, this mudra with our fingers, where we're sa, ta, na, ma, each of these fingers works on different parts of our brain. So we just balanced our brain. So now let's sit back and go ahead and let's tune out. And so let's go ahead and rub our palms together, put them at the center of our chest, and we'll tune out with the long time sunshine. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Oh, thank you, Creator, the universe, my higher self. Thank you. Bless us and keep us. Waheguru kakasa, waheguru kifate. And don't forget, if you like this video, click the thumbs up, and go ahead and subscribe to my channel, so that way you can see all the yoga we're doing, and hit that notification bell down there if you want to be updated next time I put up a video. Waheguru kakasa, waheguru kifate.